The Book of the Way. Tien Cong Tran just published a book titled The Book of the Way. The author had the idea of writing this book at least 19 years ago. He went through many thoughts and many distances to reach the conclusion of the road. Right at the beginning, the author gives a clear definition of the way. The way is often understood as a road. We have wide roads, narrow roads, curved roads, bumpy roads, roads from east to west. The Book of the Way does not talk about the way in this meaning. The way is also often understood as the way or the movement of material or of the universe. The Book of the Way does not talk about the way in this definition. The way is also understood as the origin that created the universe. This origin is a creator or God. The Book of the Way does not talk about the way in this meaning. The way is also understood as the totality that comprises all things. All things, all human beings come from it and return to it. The Book of the Way does not talk about the way in this meaning. The Book of the Way talks about the way understood as the way of man. That is the manner of human existence, the manner of human living, the manner of human dwelling. So, the author determines the clear purpose of the book. It talks about the way, and the way here means the human dwelling. What does man seek for his dwelling? Man seeks a peaceful dwelling. People often ask this question: what is the purpose of life? The answer is to live a peaceful dwelling. Therefore, the determination of the way as peaceful dwelling responds to the aspiration of man. In philosophical words, to the essence of man. The essence of man can be named humanity. Humanity is peaceful dwelling or seeking a peaceful dwelling. Man is always anxious of the peaceful dwelling or the way. The aspiration for a nirvana or paradise is not beyond humanity. Throughout human history, there is this question: is man in his nature good or evil? According to a number of philosophers, man in his nature is good. He does evil things under the societal influence. According to another number of philosophers, man in his nature is evil. He does good things under the influence of education. According to the author of the Book of the Way, man seeks a peaceful dwelling. He does good things because he thinks they lead to a peaceful dwelling, and he does evil things because he thinks they lead to an unpeaceful dwelling. Therefore, if we want him to do good things and avoid doing evil things, we have to show him that doing good things and avoiding evil things will lead him to a peaceful dwelling. Such a saying means that the main problem is not good versus evil. The main problem is a peaceful dwelling. Where to find out a peaceful dwelling? According to the author, there are two important points. First, the ordinary or natural way of living does not lead to a peaceful dwelling. And second, the way of living of the present world does not lead to a peaceful dwelling. The ordinary or natural way is the satisfaction of human natural needs. First of all, there is the satisfaction of the real or material needs, food and housing. To satisfy these natural needs, a person advances fighting for profit. This fighting for profit leads to lies, robberies, and killings. The present world also acts on behalf of profit. It is in harmony with the ordinary or natural way of living. Therefore, it is an evil and desolate world. Desolation means that humanity has been lost. Desolation says that there is nothing left for the human way. Man is living, saying, according to Menzies, not far from a beast, and saying, according to Heidegger, below a beast. Desolation indicates desert. A desert is a barren place without life. The ordinary way of living and the way of living of the present world do not provide a peaceful dwelling. So it seems that there is no peaceful dwelling which man looks for. Man looks for a peaceful dwelling. He has been on this planet for a long time, and he has failed in his search of a peaceful dwelling. Where to find a peaceful dwelling now? After having spent many years in the teachings of the Buddha, Lao Tzu, Confucius, Jesus Christ, and the philosopher Heidegger, the author finds the way to a peaceful dwelling, and that is the purpose of the Book of the Way. First of all, according to the author, the idea of the peaceful dwelling that men have in their mind is from earth and heaven. Earth and heaven is the dimensions, framework in which men live. That is the greatest dimensions. Men live with heaven above and earth below. The earth has fruit trees, vegetables, animals and fish, water in springs, in rivers, and in oceans. On the earth are houses, roads, bridges, resorts, a lot of buildings. Fruit trees and houses contribute to the peaceful dwelling. On the earth are man loving man, man helping man, animals loving animals, animals helping animals. Loving, helping, bringing up contribute to the peaceful dwelling. Looking at the earth, men see the image of a peaceful dwelling. When the earth is dried, fruit trees and vegetables do not grow. There are earthquakes, floods, and fires. There are men and animals that defest, fight, deceive, and kill one another. No fruit trees, earthquakes, detesting, killing all leads to the destruction of the peaceful dwelling. Looking at the earth, men see the image of an unpeaceful dwelling. The sky, like the earth, have the size for constructing a peaceful dwelling or for contributing to an unpeaceful dwelling. Besides heaven and earth, the author catches the view of two other important factors in the founding of the peaceful dwelling. They are the divine or the holy and the mortal of man. The debate of the divinities or God has been lasting for a long time. We have theism, with monotheism, polytheism, and pantheism, and atheism. We have not come to an agreement. Indeed, God is beyond human mind. The existence or the non-existence of God is beyond human mind. What God is also beyond human mind. Even if there is God, we don't know what God is. People talk about God's revelation. However, after all kinds of discussions, belief is demanded. But according to the author, if God is thought as an image or symbol of the holy, there is God. The holy is also named the good. The holy harbors love. And love reaches so far that, according to Jesus Christ, it reaches love your enemies. The holy is one of the main factors in the founding of a peaceful dwelling. A flower blossoms in the morning and wilts in the evening. We know that right when a person is born, he is old enough to die. But it seems that everyone forgets his happening anytime death. The author reminds us of this death. The moral mortality decreases greed, attachment to money, sexual love, and fame, which cause evil doings and the happiness of life. The moral also shows us the precious needs of every minute of our life. Life is too short to waste any part of it. The author also quotes Chuang Tzu saying about that, life and death are only chains of the universe. There is no place for fear and wailing of death. The moral is one of the main factors in the founding of a peaceful dwelling. In talking about the holy, the good, and the moral, the author looks for the Buddha, Lao Tzu, Confucius, Jesus Christ, and philosopher Martin Heidegger. The Buddha, Lao Tzu, Confucius, and Jesus Christ are not strange to us. However, the author sees their teachings in the point of view of the peaceful dwelling. And is a peaceful dwelling right on this light for each person? The author makes a choice of their teachings with an addition of Heidegger's thought to describe the road to the peaceful dwelling. He tries to bring into light, by his study through many years, the difficulties, obscurities, and mysteries of their teachings. The author aims at the clear and easy to understand presentation. A peaceful dwelling is real and can be attained. Of course, there are many different grades of this attainment. Each person has to try to climb from low to high. The highest grade is the perfect enlightenment. The way is composed of the fourfold: heaven, earth, the holy, the good, and the moral. Heaven and earth show what constructs the peaceful dwelling and what destroys it. The holy and the moral complete the founding of the peaceful dwelling. They show the state of mind that is needed for the thinking and building of the peaceful dwelling. The ordinary way of living and the present way of living, determined by the present civilization, do not lead to a peaceful dwelling. We need to get rid of them. We need to make a leap from them to the way as the fourfold. We are attached to the material shore. We leap to reach and land on the other shore. With this leap, we get to serenity. This serenity means a liberation from the evil and desolate world of the present civilization and at the same. Thus, the Book of the Way contains the eminent teachings that are brought into light around the problem of the peaceful dwelling. Nowadays, facing an evil and desolate world in front of the lack of the way for man, especially for the young generation, the Book of the Way is a book that is worth reading and knowing. Talking about a way of living which the present civilization does not know is not an easy task. This book tries to bring the other shore into language. The author hopes that the Book of the Way presents an impressive view into the way so everyone will come to a peaceful dwelling in this lifetime. The book is available on Amazon.com.